And when you went live yesterday, I got knocked off. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it seems to be working just fine, I think.
It looks like it. I haven't got the notice that you're live yet. It says up here that live, it's live. You're live.
What happened to you?
That's
Hi,
crazy.
Paul. Hi, Joe.
Hey, how you doing, Mark?
What's up, Mark?
What happened to you? Joe?
You know what's happening is that when you go live, for some reason, it knocks me off if I'm waiting.
Wow.
It's crazy. Because I'll be here with you, and as soon as you go live, it tells me connecting and knocks me off.
Good morning, Michael. Michael's here.
Hi, Michael.
Okay.
Well, I went and got 2 ships first thing this morning.
Oh, good. Has the weather improved then?
Well, it's sunny right now.
Yeah, it's
But
sunny right now here as
They're
well.
calling for rain on and off all day.
Yeah, pretty much the same here. It's windy though today.
Cool Cat says, Mark, you scallywag.
Scallywag. Arr. I tell you, Paul, this morning I'm sitting here and I'm looking through the emails, and I actually had to slap my hand.
Really?
I come close to buying something.
What you come close to buying?
A drone.
What kind of drone?
It was let me pull it up. I'll give you the exact name of it because I got to remember the name of it.
Is that
Because
that one they were talking about?
No. Autel's got a sale.
Oh, Autel.
Yeah, Autel's got a sale. Let me go pull it up. I'll pull the screen up and show it to you. Man, I just got to wait for everything to catch up. Yeah, it seems I'll be working perfect, then we get online and then it slows down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that sucker in the cart ready to go and change my mind.
Hanging with JD says it's a slow morning. Yes, it is, JD. But
Let me guess. An Evo 2 thermal.
Almost. Almost. Hold on.
Not a Max.
Come very close to the Evo 2 thermal. That's it right there. The Evo 2 version 3 with the bundle, with the case, with the smart controller, it's $21.99. And they had a it said sign up for 5% discount. And I was waiting for it and it didn't come in, so I just killed the whole order. I'd have taken 5% off of that. And I could have paid in 18 months, same as cash.
Wow.
Or 5% of 22 is 110.
Yeah, it got it down right over $2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it would have been 18 months, same as cash. But that's got the smart controller, 3 batteries, all your stuff here,
Okay.
an extra, it was a pretty good deal. And this is like the Mavic 3.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah, it's just like the Mavic 3. It's got a little smaller sensor. But it said payment options. And I went in there and looked. And it says you can qualify for up to 18 months, same as cash. And I went in there and I typed in my information to come up and it gave me 18 months, same as cash.
Wow.
I looked at it and I went, do I really want to do this? No, the reason I'm thinking about this, and this is the only reason I'm thinking about this, is because the DJI is geozones. I'd like to have this one with me, especially if I'm doing some real estate stuff near the airport. There's a geozone, I don't have to worry about it. I could use this. So it may be a one day. I may get it, watch it on, because it's going to go on sale again. But I don't want to buy it right now. Next month I would have bought it already. Once I get my team pictures done, then I know where I stand for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But I don't want to add another payment. I got a bunch of things that'll be paid off in the next couple of months. That's the good news. Hopefully in the next couple of months, everything will be paid off. I get the right email. Because that would be fun. I did that once before when I got the settlement through Pizza Hut. Sat there and just wrote out and went to each bill and said, pay this, pay this, pay this. I got all my bills out the way. That way I knew whatever I had left in it was what I had. But the problem is when you don't have that extra income coming in like that, and then you go buying again. That's when I got into the drone hobby. So it's like, what's up, Mudball Donald? JD's in the chat. What Mark, that storm that went through yesterday that was coming through here? Right when we were getting off, the rain started. And about 15 miles north of Johnny, a tornado did go through. That's about the area it goes through, 10 to 15 miles north of him when they go through. It's like a tornado alley up there.
So the kids are out there playing in the schoolyard. This is the last week.
Anything on that Air 2S you bought? Is it still pending?
No,
What's it do? He canceled?
No, it disappeared.
Need to get with eBay.
I still lost $100, but
I don't.
Not if you, no, eBay will give it back to you. They know the
JD.
sale's on there. It's gotta show that it's a sale. You just gotta put that, you got the transaction on eBay or PayPal or whoever you went through.
Mm. Ugh.
We got another storm coming through this afternoon about 3 o'clock.
Chat about your choices. Explore the world with the Luggy Scooter. The lightweight golden Luggy Scooter has honestly changed my life. I've always
And I'm gonna definitely get out to the lakefront about that time before it happens. Because they've got a phenomenon happening. That happened yesterday, I didn't know about. I'd have been out there, they said it's gonna happen again today. Called a shelf cloud. Where the clouds come in and it looks like it's completely separate from the right in the middle. And it's rolling and it looks like a shelf coming through. And they had one come through yesterday, it's supposed to come through again today. Because of the way the weather's doing it. I'm gonna get the drone up and try to get pictures of it.
Mhm.
They had somebody yesterday take pictures with a drone out there. It was on the news. It might have been Channel 8 that did the drone. TJ, come on. Come on, TJ.
Hi, TJ.
Come say hello, TJ.
Yes.
I think what would be cool with that shelf cloud coming in like that, get it up there and do a hyperlapse. Okay. Save up to 20% with DJI certified refurbished. And they don't show a mini four.
Yeah, the DJI store. It's been out of stock in that for the past few weeks at least.
You know, right now they got the Air 3, Maverick 3 Pro, Mini 2 SE, Mini 3, and Mini 3 Pro listed.
Yeah.
That's on the email it just came through.
Yeah, because the Mini 4 Pro we
Yeah.
flying was
I think Cool Cat's got a point. I think I'm gonna let it grow and then shape it up or something. I don't know. Some people like it. Some people, I don't know, man. I have no idea what the hell to do now.
Well, the thing is, you got that thick ass beard, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Like, and when I had the goatee, like I always had that bald spot right there, and it was so hard to fill in.
So
I
what's
don't
up,
know.
TJ?
You know, same old, same old. You know, I was doing some weeding a little bit outside. I had some weeds growing in my little Zen garden out there, so I was pulling some weeds and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm glad you finished that sentence because I thought you said you were doing some weed.
Yeah. Now I gotta
We're gonna call you TJ 420.
420, man, 420. No, I gotta finish putting these shelves up so I can get this house organized.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're like my cousin Carol, the one that passed just recently. They had a camp out on Lake Catherine, and it was called the Gunner Club. Gunner, Gonner. Says, yeah, we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this done. You know.
We're gonna.
That's what they call it, the Gunner Club.
The
Yeah,
Gunner
we're gonna paint it next week. You know, we're gonna maybe fix the stairs.
Mm.
That's pretty funny. A pubic, you know what they call a Van Dyke pubic wig? I have no idea. What do they call that?
Yeah.
TJ.
What's up, Paul? How's the weather in Michigan this morning?
Well, up and down. It's been cloudy, then it's sunny, then it's cloudy. They're calling for rain on and off all day, so who knows?
Yeah, I think it's gonna rain later this afternoon here too.
Yeah, you're gonna get the stuff we had yesterday, and then you're gonna get the stuff today. I mean, tomorrow we haven't today.
Mhm.
Like I find that picture. I know Channel 8 had it.
What you got hanging on your shirt, Joe? What is that?
It's an electronics tins unit.
Electronic
Yeah,
what?
His back
It's
went
a-
out yesterday.
Yesterday, I got out my car. I was getting ready to fly the drone. Got out my car, took a step, and felt like a rubber band and popped in my back.
Oh
So
shit.
it's got the little pads on there with the electronic pulsations.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my back's exercising right now.
Oh. So it's like
Yes.
it's a pulsating thing.
Yeah, I got that sucker last night. I had that sucker set on 15. If I'd had it on my arm would have been doing this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I
There
have it set.
are these patches this girl bought yesterday when I was at work. It's called Tiger Balm, and it comes in like it comes in an orange packaging, and there's a cream, and then there's also patches, and she said they work pretty good.
What's it
Tiger
look like?
Balm. Tiger Balm works better than Deep Heat. It's really good.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
does
I
she
think
look
I might
like?
have
The
to
one
think
that
I might
bought
go
it.
buy some.
What did the girl look like that bought
What
it?
the girl look like?
She's pretty decent looking. She's blonde haired chick. She was visiting from out of state, but she was picking up she was getting a few things and whatnot. So one of them was Tiger Balm. I was like, oh, this stuff. She was telling me about it. It's like, man, this stuff works really awesome. Like, oh, okay.
What she was gonna do? Put it on her back?
Yeah.
You see, you
Like I
blew
was
it.
looking at the packaging, and it had the guy standing there on in the had the you know, the picture of the guy standing there, and it showed him where the patches were and stuff.
That's when you say, hold on a minute, you go get that bottle of Voltaren. That's the paste, And you say,
Yeah.
look, this stuff works a lot better if you need me to help you put it on.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have them lines back there ready. You know?
Yeah.
Need me to give you a little massage back there, I can handle that.
Tiger
If
Balm
you
comes
need
in
some
a,
help with this, I'll be more than happy to help you put
Yeah,
them
me
on.
with my neuropathy in my hands, it doesn't matter. When I put the Voltaren on, I don't feel it. So then we're good.
Uh,
it's probably the same kind of thing, I would imagine.
I've used
Tiger
those patches. Those patches suck. They don't work.
No, the ointment though, the Tiger Balm ointment.
Yeah.
If you rub that,
I
It-
didn't know if they were like the same thing as like the Nicoderm. I didn't know if they were the same thing as like the Nicoderm patches. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not the same stuff in it, but it's got I got some of them in the back. But I've had a right in one place where it really hurt. I had Justin put one on the other day when I hurt my back last week.
Yeah.
When I started picking up the baby, that's when I strained my back and it went away, but then it came back. So right exactly where it hurt, I had him put that patch directly on it. And it didn't make a difference. I'd rather take
Damn.
the the Tiger Balm, other stuff, and just rub it all on it and just take some aspirin. Like last night, I took 3 Tylenol, and then I made me a drink with half a drink of vodka. So I tried that, and I wound up going to bed. You know,
Yeah.
but it's at the point where it's starting to feel better. But when I stand up, I can feel it stretch. You know, so I got to keep this thing on it, and when I go to stand before I stand up, I'll make sure I turn it on to loosen it up a little bit. Then I get up slow, and then I'm fine. But when it turns off, if I'm walking around, I can feel it starting to tighten up.
Yeah.
So it's going to be about another day. Takes about 2 to 3 days to get this over with.
So is that thing working pretty good?
Oh yeah, it worked. I put it like this. Yesterday I came up the stairs. I could barely get upstairs, and I
Oh.
walked in the back, and I was bent over, put it on, turned it on, and stood straight up. What it does, it just loosens everything up. It makes the muscles contract.
I
So
thought
it's
it was
putting blood flow.
I thought it was a taser at first because the black thing was like sticking up and holding on to your neck there.
Yeah, I got it stuck up here. I usually stick it in my pocket, but I got it here because when I got up a little while ago, it was caught to the chair and went flying across the room.
Oh.
Yeah. Best things in life are free.
So they say.
I'm looking at an ad.
Yeah, but here's
I'm
the
looking at
thing:
it.
is that statement is really erroneous. I don't know anything. Even if you'd breathe air, it's not free.
Yeah, no.
Who
Yeah, but
is they? Like when people say that's what they say, who is they?
Everybody
Yeah.
but you.
I
Yeah.
guess so. I guess so. And why is it that when you trip or when you, I don't know, like do something to yourself, somebody says be careful. Like why would you tell me to be careful when I've already like tripped
After
or
you did it.
fell or do something crazy like that? Like why do they say be careful? Like I've already done it. Like why the hell are you telling me to be careful for?
just in case you do it again.
I guess. I think I gotta renew my driver's license.
Better check it out. Don't get behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you miss it. Sometimes they got fees on it, and sometimes they make you take the test all over.
Yeah.
I think you got 90 days in advance to do it. Go get it done.
Yeah. Because my birthday is coming up, so.
How often do you renew it?
I think there's 6 years. And when I went and renewed mine, it was funny. I went and renewed mine, and then they passed the thing for veterans last year, where if you were a veteran, you could conceal carry, but you had to have the star on the license. And I had just renewed mine, so I had to go back and renew it. So I had to go
Well, no,
back. I went back in some. I needed I need to get the whole thing. Let's go.
We're in 23. It doesn't expire till 24.
We're in 24 now.
We're in 24.
Oh yeah, it is 24, isn't it?
Yeah. Lord help me. They're showing the current Gulf of Mexico hurricane loop and all this stuff going on right now. And they're showing what the storms do. And that means northern Gulf Coast. So I said, this is going to be a Katrina year.
Guess I do have to
Because the
renew
last
my
time we had
license.
the same situation, Katrina and all of them hit. So hopefully it's going to be late in the season.
How much do they charge you for renewing it?
What's up, Jonathan?
Hey, Jonathan,
What's
how much your license
what's your
cost there,
license
TJ?
fee?
What's what?
How much
How
does
much-
it cost you for your license? And is it a 4-year or 2 years?
I think it was 2 years. I think.
You look at your issue date and when you got it.
Oh, 3/11.
Yeah, 3/11, what year?
2016.
It was 8 years.
8 years.
Oh.
When does it expire?
On my birthday,
Yeah, but when on your birthday?
the 10th
What
Of
year?
what?
of this year.
Well, no, what is it? It should say on the license expires on boom, boom, boom.
Right. Yeah, 6/10/24.
Okay, 6/10, 5 days.
I need to go today and
You need to go get it done.
that handled. Because they're liable to have a warrant out for you.
No, they won't do that. No,
If
but
this
in
clown
6
shows
days, you
up,
get pulled
call
over
it.
with expired license.
Just go in there and say,
That's funny. That's funny.
When we had a paper license, you never used to have to renew it at all. But then when they changed it to a card with a photo on it, you have to renew your photograph every 10 years.
well, my driver's license doesn't expire until next year on my birthday. But my handicap parking permit expires on my birthday this year.
Oh.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I gotta call them too and find out what the hell's going on. What do I need to get this? Or do you just automatically send it to me because I'm alive, you know?
My handicap parking permit expires in November. It costs £10 for 2 years. That.
Oh goodness.
But over here, when you get to the age of 70, you then have to have an eye test every year before you get your license is valid.
I hate doing those eye tests. Like they make you close one eye or cover one eye, and you're having to read the stupid board on the wall.
Yeah.
I think that's
You
an
gotta
E.
do memorize
I think that's an A or an L.
And then they make you read the same board with the other eye after you've already told them what letters they are. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm saying all you gotta do is memorize it.
So,
I kind of get away with that because when they do that with me, if I actually look at something with my right eye, all I see is a little grey circle because the centre of my retina is missing. And if I look at it with my left eye, all I see is a blurred white board with no letters on it. That's how bad my eyesight is for seeing details. I can see what's there, but there's no way I can read what's on it. Especially at that distance. I mean, my eyesight's got
Oh,
clearer since my cataracts were done. My vision is clearer, but it's still
what's up, John?
see details.
there he is. There you go, Paul. There's TJ.
Just go in and put like a red hat with an M on it. It's
There you go. That's
Mario.
TJ. Yeah.
We're gonna change the M. We're gonna put TJ up
Gotta
there.
put a T on there. Put a T, not an M.
It's me, Mario.
What cracked me up right as I was joining you guys talking about going in for an eye exam, which is a doctor who's supposed to help you and make you see better. And Joe's solution to the eye test is to cheat.
Yeah.
Who are you cheating?
Hey. As long as I could drive with my glasses, I don't have to worry about.
I'm
When they tell me
gonna
to take my
trick that
glasses off and look
doctor.
at that bitch, it ain't working.
I'm gonna trick that doctor. He'll think that this eye works really good. Then you walk out with glasses that make you see fish weird.
All
Hmm.
Jonathan sees is rain.
Hey, Paul, I just got an email from Autel. It says,
Yeah.
"Don't lose your purchase. Complete your purchase and save 10%."
10% now. It's gone up.
Yeah, we got the. Well, they didn't send me the 5% coupon. That's why I didn't buy it.
That's
Now they're
still a
offering
lot
me
of money.
10%. I'm gonna give them a little while, see if they offer me 15.
Well, that'll drop it below 2,000.
That brings me below 2,000, 19 something.
Yeah. 1980-ish.
That's a good bundle, man. 3 batteries, the case, the smart controller, the Mavic Pro style Autel, 6K, 1-inch sensor, no geo zones. I flew Johnny's Light Plus when he had it, and I really like the way it flies. Light Plus
Yeah.
flies good.
The Evo 2's got pretty good obstacle sensors too.
Hit 360 obstacle avoidance.
I think they advertised it as 720, didn't they?
Well, they said 360 on the thing, but all I
Which-
know is
All it
it
meant
would be a,
was
it would be a nice drone to take out when you got to go, like I said, close to a geo zone. You don't have to worry about it.
when it said 720, all it meant was it can see 360 degrees around itself and 360 degrees above and below itself.
Here comes a man with the cool hat.
Just two planes.
Yeah, your background that David made for you is about as good as the one that Hot Rod has. Hot Rod's is great, and this one's pretty great too. It's almost as good as my background right here, with me in it.
Almost.
Almost as good as the one with me in it.
Well, I think that's perfect. That picture of TJ in with that hat and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mario.
Mario. And put the suspenders on.
Yep.
That's actually a 3D print file I was looking for.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, it always
Yeah.
gets me when you say you were wearing suspenders. Over,
I got used to it.
over
I think
here,
I
if
swear-
the
suspenders here.
suspenders are for women for holding up stockings. Men
We
wear
got different kinds of
When I
stuff.
when I was
men,
when I
men
was
wear
little.
braces to hold up trousers, not suspenders.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I think when I was little I had a pair of Mickey Mouse suspenders when I was little.
Here's the thing, Mark. Listen, maybe that's exactly what he means. You don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
Yeah, it's awful judgy.
wearing suspenders because
Yeah.
he's got stockings on. Yeah, true.
Well, my shoot the other day ended up with I've got to sort through today. My job is to sort through 130 some odd clips. It's over an hour worth of footage and
Oh,
chop it down to a 30-second commercial.
Oh god.
nice.
Wow, 30 seconds.
That sucks.
Fairly condensed.
I overshoot.
I
Ever
thought
so-
you did overshoot there, didn't you?
Well,
then
It's
it,
over the
I'm hoping to get edits for the rest of the year or more out of this client. So,
yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, if he wants another one, you've got plenty of other footage to make a different 30 seconds.
Yep.
What's the scope?
and that way they don't have to pay me to go out and
using?
shoot again. I shot for 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, 3.5.
And
Jonathan.
it's your footage. You can reuse it whenever you like, right? For any other job.
Yeah, but everything I shot is pretty specific.
Oh.
Can't be easy getting stuff into a 30-second advert. I mean, when you watch the second advert on telly, it seems like it going on forever. But when you've actually got to make it out of all that stuff, it must be really hard to compress it down to that amount
Well,
of time.
you do. The first thing I do is go through and just chop out all the dead weight. There's stuff that I guarantee. Like I do a couple takes, and it's like, okay, well, the first take is garbage. It's gonna get tossed, and trim it down that way to just the good takes. Then trim down the ends of it to get a master timeline. Then it's going through and saying, okay, here's a good chunk, lift it up to the next level and bring that over into my edit comp.
Yeah. But when you're talking about chunky, you're talking like 5-10 second bits, or even down to a 1 second clip.
It really depends on the edit. I mean, 1 second might even be too long for some things.
Mm.
This is for a bowling alley / it's got a jungle gym for younger kids. It's got trampolines. It has a ninja race course where you go through and you tap lights basically to see who can get the high score. You get an RFID bracelet, and then you run this obstacle course, and you have to tap these lights to get a score. And so
Oh, that
it's a
looks
really
fun.
it's a really fast-paced type. This will be a fast-paced, fun commercial.
Mm. Yeah.
So, we need to fit everything, all that stuff into the 30 seconds. So
Yeah, definitely.
Where is this at?
it's in Carthage, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy was him and his wife took the grandkids to Arkansas down by Bentonville area, I think it was, and they were at some sort of a place like that had mini golf and all the stuff, and he's sitting there looking around. He sees all the people, and he's like, all these people paid the same amount we did to get in here. And he told her, he said, we ought to think about this for our retirement. It's like, well, okay, number one, that's not retirement. But if you
Yeah.
hire a good manager, I guess it could be your retirement. But he got back. He had some cash, his retirement money saved up. He went ahead and rolled that in there, got out loans, and started building this place.
Hey, Donald, is there any money in producing public service announcements?
There's money in producing everything. Is there enough around where you're at, who knows?
Well, no, I'm thinking nationwide.
Oh yeah, there's a who was that? There was a company that produced ads, and they would be basically PSAs that would run everywhere. And
Well,
in the
public-
production side of it, there was money.
And,
Yeah,
and are you good at AI?
I'm not great at AI. I use AI.
Well, here's my idea, and it came to me today while I was down shooting chips, because I'm always picking up trash around where cars pull up there, and they'll throw out hamburger stuff, they'll throw out whatever.
Mhm.
And here's my idea: you have a bunch of pigs in a car, and they're throwing stuff out the windows at different settings. Like it could be at a park, it could be at a parking lot, it could be downtown, it could be whatever. And they're all oinking and throwing stuff and oinking. And the public service announcement, come on, stop being a pig.
That
Yep.
sounds good.
That's a pretty
That's
idea.
good, but you'd have to find out who would be the agency, who would be paying the bill.
Ah, don't. You
Yeah.
walked in there, you come.
And there used to be a couple different public service companies that
Yeah.
would produce like stuff like that. You might remember one that was the guy, he was out in the yard, and I think he might have had a lightsaber or something, and he was just jumping around acting like a total jackass, full grown man acting like a little kid and making the sounds and everything, and then it backs out and there's a little kid sitting there next to him doing the same thing, and it says it takes a man to be a dad.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
tug on your heartstrings type ads. I always loved those ads because they weren't really selling a product, they were selling an idea, and I always loved that. But yeah, the people who produce those are pretty big. And you have some really, really intense ads, the drunk driving ads. If you go over to England, they have some crazy intense ones. The ones here in the US, it's like, oh, it's the guy all foggy looking and take the keys and that's it. No, in England, it's like, okay, we're going to show somebody get brutally killed.
Yeah.
The one
I
that
didn't used to like those, but I've come around.
the one that stands out to me was the lady. She's driving her car. She's got her family in the car. She's driving along, and they said something like, "This is Mary," and her killer has been following her all morning. And you see a car behind them, but they're driving along, and the
Yeah.
she
wasn't-
keeps on
yeah.
looking back and she's checking whatever. Well,
Yeah.
she's driving along. She isn't paying attention to what's in front of her, and she hits another car, and the kid in the back seat slams into her seat from behind and crushes her against the steering wheel, and then he sat back down. Buckle up. It's like, holy shit! It's these things traumatize you, and that's what they're supposed to do. But man,
Yeah.
there's some good ones.
The thing
Oh,
is,
Michael, cool
it's always a
cat.
lot less trauma than actually being involved in one. So I think I see the point of them, but I didn't at the start. When I first saw one of those adverts, I kind of thought, shit, I didn't want to see that, or I kind of felt a bit angry about it. And then I started kind of thinking along the lines of, well, actually, that's probably the point.
The 5 mile an hour difference. The
Yeah.
dead girl. Do you remember that one?
yeah. Yeah.
They show this dead girl lying
Yeah.
against a tree, and her dead, lifeless body starts getting drug down the street, and then she breathes. And basically, she had been hit by a car, and they said that was how much further 5 miles an hour caused this little girl to fly, and it's the difference between killing her and hurting her. Slow down. It's like, oh my god.
Right.
These
There's also one with pizza. Some guy. It's a very fun advert. It starts off and it takes you somewhere, and like you said before, it's selling you an idea, and of course,
Yeah.
the idea at the start of it, and of course, it's going to be super interesting to you again, like plus 10, because that's what you do, but it's all very fun. It's great, and then they're chatting and distracting the driver a little bit, and then bang. And everything really goes to shit. People are dead. It's not good, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I always would watch those British PSAs because they were so well done, but also just
Have you
shocking.
seen any of the children's public safety announcements from the 80s? I'll send you
Oh,
a
God.
couple.
Charlie
They're fucking
said,
terrifying. Oh, Charlie said, "My God, Mark, yes, you've heard. My God, they used to terrorize kids back in the 80s
Yeah.
with these things. They were fucking terrifying."
What
I'll
was it
send you a
Charlie
couple.
said?
Well,
Yeah, it was
there was
a
that as
cat
well, but there were other
that
ones. Wasn't there like some fluffy?
and then the
There
kid
was like a
translated
dog, wasn't there? I'll find them.
it as a
Mark
cat.
will tell you. There was the Charlie one. Charlie said, and he's got this cat because the cat always goes, and then he
Yeah.
translates. He goes, Charlie says, when you cross the road, blah blah blah. I'll show you that one too, but yeah, the one I'm referring to
It
is
was
terrifying.
the guy that played Darth Vader
Oh right, he was the Green Cross
as the
Code Man
Green
or something, wasn't
Code
he?
Man. Yeah,
Mm.
crossing the road.
But yeah, Paul, to answer your question, is there is money for producers to be making PS, or at least there used to be. I'm not sure, are PSAs really done as much anymore? I know that there was a lot of PSAs that they ran all the time early days of cable.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering.
Yeah, we still get them over here, but not as many, I don't think, anymore.
I mean, I do ads sometimes for certain advocacy groups and stuff, and they'll get their money, they'll get their funding from a grant to run so
Well,
much
but
money.
Charlie.
Charlie was a cat.
Charlie was a cat.
Yeah, and it was always about highway code. And the lad was stood there, and the cat was stood there on its hind legs, of course, stood up. And the cat would go meow, 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 meow. And then the kid would translate it by saying, Charlie says.
And this was enough to psychologically damage you?
Yeah. It's the way it
Well,
was put down. You'll see it, won't it?
it's memorable.
Yeah.
Some of the things that they were on about, but I mean,
Well,
it was
isn't there a cat advertisement now that goes meow 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 meow?
Yeah,
meow,
for
meow.
that's for Meow Mix or something. Meow
Yeah,
Mix.
that
Meow
hasn't
Mix.
been on for years. I don't think, unless they brought it back.
Well, I see it occasionally now.
Okay. That's kind of cool that they still have it. I know they tried to kill Mr. Whipple for years and years, and the actor actually had to die before they got rid of him.
Really?
Yeah, there was different agencies who would come in, and they would have all kinds of ideas how to get rid of Mr. Whipple.
Who was Mr. Whipple?
Mr. Whipple was a grocer, and he would always tell people not to squeeze the Charmin, the toilet paper, because it was so soft. And he'd always tell them not to squeeze the Charmin, then secretly he'd squeeze it.
Sounds a bit like that, doesn't it? Open all hours, which you've probably not seen. Ronnie Barker. It was Ronnie Barker and David Jason.
What was it?
Open all hours.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's a
And
cool
then
shot.
it was Ronnie Barker, and his nephew was David Jason, and he was a corner shop.
I remember they tried to make Mr. Whipple. They tried to get. Why are you trying to target the younger crowd with toilet paper? But they brought in Seth Green to play like his nephew. I'm pretty sure it was
Seth Green is crazy. Cha-ching.
I don't know that reference. The
He
ching.
used to have
Was that from?
That
He
was
used
from
to have-
Rallies, when he did the Rallies commercial.
whenever David Jason had to put any money in the till, the till attacked him.
I don't think I've ever seen Seth Green do a Rallies commercial.
I'll go find it.
Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
remember Tufty? Remember Tufty's road safety
Oh.
campaign?
Tufty the squirrel.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's going to be my afternoon. First up this morning is running some marketing reports through AI to get a synopsis of them.
Mm-hmm. Are you likely to get any stuff out of the election?
Me? No.
No.
It is big for advertising, like for different media outlets, like cable buys
Mm.
go up really huge. I guarantee that Google's gonna make out like a bandit because everything's going online now. You know.
Mm. Yeah.
And it's really smart. Alphabet, you place your Google ads, and then they place the advertising on YouTube, which are two separate entities, but one is just charging the other, but it all goes to Alphabet. It's weird.
Yeah, Don, I stuck it there, the Seth Green thing.
I mean, maybe
But
the big elections, like, but what about smaller ones like the sheriff and the mayor and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have in the past done quite a bit of election commercials,
Mm.
but they usually are very
Okay,
tight
watch
with their
out,
money, and
watch out, gotta go this side.
you have to kind of get their money up front.
Yeah.
Because if they lose, they're just like, eh. That wasn't me. That was my campaign. My campaign doesn't exist anymore. You go get money from my campaign. It's like, but you're your
Yeah.
campaign. No, I'm a separate entity from my campaign.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Mark,
Seth Green
do you-
thing was a big deal because of the cha-ching.
What's
One of the Saints players, Pat Swilling, said, we just won the West, cha-ching, like this. So they got him out when they did the playoff game. They brought him out and he did it. He did the cha-ching out in the middle of the field.
Yeah, so here's the Charlie Says. Is one of them. Charlie Says. Yeah, so Mark, there was a fishing pole advert, right? Well, advert, not about fishing poles. It was an electricity and the dangers of public safety kind of thing. And so there was this kid with this carbon fishing pole.
Mhm.
He sets it up, holds it upright, and just gets whack dead on the floor. And that was something that terrified me as a kid. I put it in the chat just for a laugh.
Oh, was that from
Yeah,
overhead
that's-
wires?
Yeah, overhead.
That's
power
crazy,
lines.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Do
Crazy.
you remember that?
There was
Yeah,
the
because
one.
Carbon
and-
fiber conducts electricity, whereas fiberglass doesn't.
There was one that was brilliant. Came out, I think it was in the late 2000s, and it was another British one, but it was basically this guy living with this cartoon kid,
Yeah.
and he's constantly just throwing this cartoon kid just bonk, and the kid's running around playing with his block, and then the guy steps on it, and he kicks the kid, bonk, his sound effects and everything, and he puts a cigarette on the kid, and he picks the kid up, he's shaking him, and the little cartoon kid starts pissing all over the place, and he, oh, you dirty bastard, and throws him down the stairs, and the camera pans up, and it's a real kid lying dead at the bottom of the stairs, and says, real kids don't bounce back.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And it's like,
Crazy.
oh shit, because you're laughing through the commercial, you're like, oh, this is crazy, ha ha ha. Oh shit, it was a real kid.
Mm.
And it just it turned you into it made you complicit kind of
Yeah,
in the abuse because
that's-
you're laughing and ignoring it, and it's kind of like how you're kind of complicit. You know somebody is kind of mean to their kid, and you ignore it, and it's like you're like well, that's how they do things, and it's like yeah,
Well, we've all done it. We've all made
Yeah.
excuses not
That
to
was at the
intervene
end.
in certain
not to get involved.
yeah, not to get involved and whatnot.
Yeah.
It was for the NPCC, National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children.
NP, yeah, NPCC, yeah. There's a link up here, by the way, the second one down, I think, probably.
Yeah,
it shows
when it
lots
comes
of
to-
kids being squashed,
Oh, let me see here.
and it's a real. The last thing you see is a whole bunch of primary school kids playing under a tree, just getting flattened by a car, and that's it. It's a real shock one.
Yes, it was called our PSA place here in the U.S. was the Ad Council,
Oh,
and they would do a bunch of ads. That they were the ones that did the "It Takes a Man to Be a Dad." But yeah, I loved watching British PSAs because they were just so well done.
yeah.
Well,
That's
don't
the
tell
one
David
I
that because that'll really inflate his head.
Oh no, I don't. Just because one British person does something great doesn't mean that all British people are great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just take me for instance. Anyway, so here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Do a lot
Um,
of our
It does make me wonder about what kind of regulatory constraints that the English developers of these adverts are under rather than Americans, and how that made them different.
Yeah, it does because I guarantee that you could not, even under the best intentions, you wouldn't be able to show a dead kid on a PSA.
Yeah,
That'd be
the
horrible.
first advert shows lots of them squished, so obviously it's not a constraint that existed when it came to British public safety announcement films. Sorry to talk over you there, Mark. Sorry, mate.
That's all right.
You know, I felt unnecessarily justified simply because your audio was breaking up. I thought, wow, no one can hear him anyway. I might just talk. Over Mark.
I get used to saying the same thing at least 3 times
Just to be sure. Yeah.
just to make sure that nobody talked over you.
Yeah.
Uncle Bill's show is bloody almost impossible to get a word in edgeways sometimes.
It's the nature of the beast, isn't it? It's all good.
Yeah, you gotta make sure people hear what you say because you have to repeat it a few times. Like, man, did y'all hear what I said?
Yeah. Especially when nobody reacts to it or answers you. Yeah.
Well,
It makes
I say you see the same thing on panel shows. I mean, on the funniest answer on QI ever, Jack D, when Sandy Tosvig and I can't remember the other lady's name. It was why they're women comedians, and they both started back and forth talking, and Jack D says, "Is it because once you get them started, you can't get a word in, or you can't get them to shut up?" Great punchline, but if you listen to it back, probably 30 seconds before he actually got to deliver the line, he tried to jump in and deliver the line, but they wouldn't shut up. They kept on talking, and it made it that much better. It's just, and also it helps if you have something to say and you're really brilliant every time you speak, people kind of let you bully in and talk, kind of like me.
Well, your voice pierces through everybody else's.
That's because I have a professional mic.
I thought you were
Yeah,
going to
he's
say
important to
professional
us.
mind.
That was pretty
Oh yeah, Paul's got him going.
He's on a roll. Watch,
Yeah,
watch,
it's like-
watch the veins in his forehead pop.
You can now see the feedback loop going on here. Paul DJ, Paul DJ.
R.
Oh, someone throw him a fish.
Oh, look at the clown nose on Captain Joe. Welcome to the clown show. Come on, join the channel and be a clown. And now here's the king of the clowns. Here's TJ. Yeah, you gotta guess how much longer he goes before he passes out.
Breathe, TJ, breathe.
TJ, if it helps, think of dead kids.
Yeah, it works. Just for you, TJ, I'm sending you a 1972
There was
advert
one
of
last.
The Dangers of Strangers. Here it is.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. The Dangers of Strangers. That's for you, TJ. That'll take the grin off your face. Oh my God.
On the ones where they are, the one, where the car pulled up and the driver offered the kid a beat.
Wouldn't you like to go to some big formal dinner and take TJ?
That's funny. That was good.
I imagine taking him to a funeral, right? And then
Yeah.
taking him to a funeral and then and whispering in his ear a joke and then just
That was
leaving.
Oh
good.
God!
That
No.
was good.
Can you imagine?
That's great.
Or the
List
minister
of things-
or the minister at the funeral says, and now to put a happy note on it, here's TJ.
List of places not to take TJ. A funeral, at a wedding, when they say, does anybody have any objections? Then you witness something and you start laughing.
That's pretty good. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Or
That's funny.
I
Or
think
we
we
could bring
wore
him to an
him out
inauguration.
for the day.
That was
presidential
funny.
inauguration,
That
and
was
when they say, do you solemnly swear, and have him start laughing.
Yeah.
Do you solemnly
How about
swear?
the courtroom?
TJ would hear him say swear and he'd go,
Can you imagine how quickly the judge would have TJ in contempt of court if he was
Yeah, I was
there
about to
and
say that. He
you
was
whispered a
damn
joke
funny.
to him?
I
Can we
think
have
I
silence,
think I
please?
think that a natural job for TJ would be to rent himself out to all the comedy clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just waiting for them to put a comedy sketch in a show
You know,
that, where the judge
the
goes,
bar owners of the
"You
comedy club
solemnly-"
people would pay you like $150 an hour just to sit there and giggle your ass off.
I know.
waiting for them to put a comedy sketch in a show where the judge goes, "Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
Yeah.
but the truth?" And the guy goes, "Fuck off."
Oh goodness.
There's got to be a lot of comedy clubs around there, TJ.
Yeah, I think there is. I think there is. There's I think there's one in Boca that they have. It's called the Boca. I think it's like the Boca Box or whatever. And they have comedy clubs. They have comedy shows and whatnot.
What
and
you need to
like
do
all-
is make
all
up a
kinds-
little flyer.
Oh, hold on.
You need to make up a little flyer and then turn around and send it out to all of the comedy clubs and say, if you want a real professional in your audience during your performances, call TJ.
Yep. A lot of them are going to just take the easy way out and hire funny comedians.
Wait, I couldn't hear anything you were saying, Paul, because my speaker had turned off because I had an incoming call.
Okay, you need to contact all of the comedy clubs and say, if you want a real professional in the audience during your performances, call TJ.
Yeah, call me. I'll come.
1-800-GIGGLES.
1-800-GIGGLES.
Yeah, but and TJ would probably have like performance anxiety. If he had to laugh on command, he'd probably just be like,
Yeah.
How you would know, Don, would be to take him to a comedy club and try and get him on going.
well, yeah, it naturally, yeah. But if he was getting paid for it and he had to laugh on command,
Well, you can train a dog. You should be able to train TJ.
Yeah.
I doubt that. He looks a bit mangy.
That's funny.
You know, and especially if he sat there with his Mario hat on.
Oh yeah, with my stash going.
Yep.
Oh goodness.
Stop it.
Hey, TJ, I'm working on a full-size Mario.
Oh,
It's gonna
nice.
have all the different colors. I had to resize it down to make it fit the bed. But I'm gonna have to do one color at a time, and if I can get it done, I'll send it to you.
All right, along with my shithead award.
Yeah, I'll put it all in the same box.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm printing each one had a different color listed for it. So I'm printing the white right now.
All
It's gonna
right.
be it's like a picture frame type thing, but it's like a puzzle. You put it together.
Oh, okay.
And once I get it all set up and it fits, then I'll glue it all together and make it where it stays together.
All right, cool, awesome. Thank you.
But I got to see how it works because, like I said, I had to put everything on it together and resize it because it was too big for the bed. So I got to see if it's
Okay.
going to fit. I won't know till I print the second piece. I think it will,
Heck yeah.
but I got to print one color at a time. So they got red, they've got black, they've got red, they've got blue, they've got white, they've got pink. I don't have pink, but that's for the facial colors. I'm gonna probably use like a wood grain. To give it
Okay,
more
yeah,
like a
'cause
flesh
like
tone.
for the skin or whatever.
Yeah, like a flesh tone. And
Yeah.
I should have printed the back too first, because the back is what everything's going to drop into.
All right.
But I'm doing the white right now, and it's showing me the white around the eyes, the white, the gloves, the M on the hat, all the way down, and then the outside's white.
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna see, because this only takes 30 minutes to print the white. The blue's only 6 minutes. And the only thing that I see that I don't have, I gotta look the buttons. I look at the picture and match a color into it. I may make
Oh
the
yeah. Well,
buttons.
you could use like the. Don't you have like Do you have any of the gold left that you used to for the middle
No.
finger, the golden middle
No, I
finger?
don't have the gold. See, it's supposed to be yellow for the bottom of the shoes and yellow for the buttons. That's what it's supposed to be. So that might wind up being black, or might be gray. It might do gray because the bottom of the shoe would be gray, the shoe would be black, and the buttons would be gray to match it. Or I could do the
Yeah.
buttons in black. Well, I'll figure it out. The only thing I don't have is the yellow.
I don't
Well,
know,
that
like the
should work.
buttons on it, the buttons on his overalls. I think they're yellow, but I didn't know if
Yeah.
you had any gold left.
Yeah, I don't have yellow either.
Uh,
I don't have yellow or gold. But the only other option is to do it in white and paint them. So I got the
Yeah, you
paint
could-
back in the gold, the yellow.
yeah, you could do that.
I might paint the buttons yellow.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'll see. I'll play with it. It'll probably take me a day to play around with it and get it right.
All right, no worries. Just take your time, bub.
Then I'll find some letters that I can print out that'll say TJ. You know?
There you go. There you go. Like yeah. Should find a red
Yeah,
hat and put an M on it, and like go in the DMV when they take my picture.
There you go. They'll tell you take the hat off.
Yeah. Can I leave my hat on? This is what represents the face.
Yeah, when you go for a passport photo where they don't even like you wearing glasses anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't wear. Well, I'm supposed to wear glasses when I'm driving at nighttime, but I don't even do that because I guess like your eyes get tired at the end of the day and everything becomes blurry.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to this stuff because of the way it is. I'm gonna have to let it cool down in between so that it just slides off and I don't bend it off.
Yeah.
And this is gonna take a little while because, like I said, I had to put everything on the tray, bring it down to size, and then I've got to go through and click on things to take them off and print just those certain things, and then go back
Yeah.
and reload it and do it again and reload it and do it again. So
Does
I'm
that
gonna
does that
just-
ever whenever you're like 3D printing something like does that ever get annoying when you have to like
No,
redo it?
No, 'cause I don't know. You can't see it. I got the stupid thing on screen on. Hold on. Got my screensaver on.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, should have pressed my file button.
Yeah, you can see right now it's printing like the outside of it with the gloves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's the size of it. It's gonna be like a cutout of Mario, and then all the
Okay, yeah,
different pieces
that's
should
his
fall in it.
yeah, that's his overalls right now.
Yeah, no, that's his whole body with the white outside, like the frame, and the gloves. Yeah, it's just the gloves, the eyes, the little Mario symbol, the mouth, and the outside frame for it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. Only got 13 more minutes on that one, so. I think I put that picture in there. Didn't happen. Show you what it looks like.
I think they was live yesterday. Justin and I think Tim and a couple other people were on there. They're playing
Yeah,
a
they
video.
Mhm.
They were live when Marcel was on,
Oh,
because Philly Mike didn't go on last night, but
What,
Marcel was on. And
Billy Mike is on probation now or what?
I don't know. He was on. He wasn't on live last night.
What's that movie?
But he was on live. I know Jason was on live at some point last night as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
who was on probation?
He's kind of, what's he, because of Mikey.
Billy,
Because the what's it? Because the FAA have confiscated all his drones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Philly Drone Life.
and they're
Yeah,
and
that
they're
guy.
watching him. They're watching him like a hawk too.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid of him to be flying that high and landing his drone on that friggin' statue or whatever.
Yeah, but when you think about it, who was he endangering? Planes aren't going to fly lower than the statue, are they?
Nope.
No, but if he
That's-
lost control and it came down on a busy street, who knows? You know, in a perfect world, you'd say there was no danger to anybody. It's all percentages. But had he hit that statue and lost control and it flew into a crowd?
Yeah, well, that wouldn't have made any difference as to whether he was just a recreational flyer or whether he had his Part 107. That could happen either way.
Yes, but
Yeah, but
And
it's
with
all
a
about
107, he would have been allowed
well,
to have been
that's like
high.
saying why do you have to have a chauffeur's driver's license? Why do you have to have a truck driving license? What's the difference?
if
Still
you get your
drive.
Part 107, you've been through training and you know about risk mitigation, which he is not doing much of.
That's true, I suppose. But yeah.
But you're right. Somebody can go and get their Part 107 and go out and fly like a jackass.
Yeah.
People do.
Yeah, I bet he is, Jonathan. I mean, it's his own fault that he did what he did. So I mean, he can't blame anybody else. I mean, what made him think that that was okay to do what he did?
Very
Cool
likely.
Cat, I looked at
there
some of
are a
those
lot-
films. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's just saying very likely the fact that there are a lot of other YouTubers doing the same thing.
I mean, I would never do something like that. If I knew it was illegal, I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, man, screw that. I'm not trying to get my drones confiscated.
Yeah, but you look at the YouTube videos, you see how many people on there are way beyond visual line of sight when they're flying. Yeah, Mikey was the only one that suffered for it. It's not exactly fair, but no, he shouldn't have done it the way he did it anyway. But you know,
Yep.
Thing too is that he drew attention to himself by out there talking about how many miles out he was and how he was doing this and how he can get low and slow and all kinds of things. And I'm gonna fly around that monument. You know, it's like he did himself in.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
Jonathan,
but, I mean-
you're right. It is something that it really, in the comment here, Jonathan's saying, I can't imagine losing the only thing that makes me feel normal that's going to affect his way of life. And it's like, yeah, but if it's that important to feeling normal and it being your way of it just being so important to your being, you think that you would do what you could to keep doing it instead of flaunting the rules.
That's
Yeah.
it. They
Unless
did right.
flaunting the rules was what gave him meaning.
well, Mikey was always on about the fact that the drones gave him a reason to do other things
Yeah,
rather than eat,
right.
which is what his main addiction was. I mean, he was 600 and odd pound, wasn't he?
Right. So
And
why would you
he's
put that
dropped
at
down to
risk if you,
400 and something?
yeah, if you had something that was that positive in your life, why would you put that at risk?
Yeah, I
He
guess
he had his he had his 107 too, right?
No.
no.
Oh,
He was planning on it.
That was one of the stipulations in the first court case, was that he took his Part 107.
Yeah.
So he was doing it.
so he was telling the courts or whatever that he did have his 107, but in
No,
fact,
no.
he-
No.
They always knew he didn't.
Thing is, if
No.
you flaunt the rules and say I'm flaunting them and I don't care, you're almost inviting the FAA to have to do something about it because they have to be seen to be doing something.
Mm.
See what I mean? And it's the point that Bardwell made, and I thought it was a very good point.
Mm.
You can only poke the bear so many times.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, Cool Cat. One of those links that you had will not open in my region.
I won't. Oh, okay.
But yeah, Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, I've watched a lot of Mystery Science Theater. They also operate under Riff Tracks. Some of the guys that did Mystery Science Theater, like in the early days, they do Riff Tracks. I took my son to a showing of Night of the Living Dead at the local theater. That was a Riff Track special showing of it. So
yeah, I see the poster on
That's good, I like
on your wall, but in the back right there.
oh, that's Evil Dead.
Oh,
Just as influential, I think, but in a different way.
Mm.
Yeah, I enjoyed that Evil Dead. I like the remake as well. It's good.
Yeah, the series. It was the series one.
On Netflix, yeah, that as well. I didn't see. all of
Oh,
those.
you're talking about the TV series.
Yeah, it wasn't called Evil Dead, but yeah, I like the remake of the Evil Dead film. That was good.
Mhm.
And I liked the original Evil Dead, and I watched some of the guy actor with the chainsaw hand and all that kind of crazy madness on Netflix, and that was kind of cool as well. I get it, but it didn't interest me to such an extent where I felt I had to watch the whole thing. I just thought, it's cool. Still good.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's a fair comment.
I saw on Tubi movie I haven't seen in years, which was it was totally bizarre. Cemetery Man,
How are you spelling two B's? Tubi?
TUBI. You
I
don't have
take
it.
it, Dre, that word in brackets was supposed to be Stewie.
I think we
not
did this the other
show.
day, and I think we talked about this the other day, and you guys don't have it.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yes, because I can't get it in my area. That's right. You're right.
But yeah, it starred Rupert Everett, and basically he works at the cemetery, and people are buried there, and they come back to life, and his job is to put them down for the second time.
Oh, okay.
But it becomes very, very
So just twice. It has to be-
philosophical towards the end.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. I think I'm mainly into interesting films like that for nostalgic reasons, if I'm honest.
You're right. It is about the show and not about the hobby.
Hi, Laura.
Laura.
Laura, you
Yeah.
should have been on here earlier. I was laughing my ass off.
They just did a news article on television about a guy who does magnetic fishing,
Uh-huh.
fishing,
Oh yeah.
and he found a safe with $100,000 cash in it.
Holy crap.
Wow.
And because it wasn't reported as being stolen, he's now contacting the government to get it replaced.
Forget that. I would keep that money.
No,
That's what I mean,
to
get it
get the money
replaced.
replaced because
He wants the money
it's
replaced.
probably water damaged.
It's water damage,
Oh.
but it
Yeah.
still has all the serial numbers on it and everything. And
Yeah, I've always wanted to try that magnet fishing. I bet you find some pretty cool stuff down at the bottom of the ocean or wherever you are, anyways.
Yeah, they do it. Usually do it rivers, bridges.
Yeah.
They do it along the canals in Holland, and the amount
Yeah,
of
pretty much,
bicycles
Laura,
they
pretty
bring up.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing
It's
how many
amazing.
people
Boats
just
can
dump
move.
bicycles into the canals in Holland.
Mhm.
I mean, they sell those magnets at Walmart and stuff, but they're really not that big enough, though. I want a big one.
Well, they won't be
they
big
have-
enough to
you
pull a
can
safe
get on
up.
eBay. You can get the big ones.
Yeah. I think they have them on
Yes.
sell them on Amazon too.
Those rare earth magnets are quite powerful, and when you're lifting something in water, you do get that kind of displacement weight trade-off. It's a little lighter. Of course, it weighs the same, but
Yeah.
it's as if it's lighter.
I guarantee TJ gets himself a big ass magnet. He's gonna see what it does on the fridge, and he'll get it stuck on the fridge and can't get it off.
You can't get it off.
God damn it!
His watch has stopped working.
Mm,
I mean, I can see it happening.
You don't get those things anywhere near your wristwatch ever.
no. Or your hard drive.
Or your hard drive, yeah. Or any magnetic recorded.
Well, if I ever threw the magnet out, I would be sure to stay away from the pillar so I don't get it stuck on a pillar or something.
Yeah, I bet you could even get it to stick to a concrete pillar if you had enough rebar in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, luckily, the inverse square law would probably save you on that. Rebar is usually not at the surface.
Yeah.
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 Barkley!
But rebar can be only like an inch below the surface.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure you might be able to get an effect off the rebar.
Mm.
Let's see here.
I've seen videos of people magnet fishing, and they've like pulled up bikes and fishing rods and
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
Not
people
quite sure
will do it
what's
around.
magnetic on a fishing rod, but yeah.
Yeah, people will do it around docks a lot because people,
Yeah.
as they're getting in and out of a boat, will drop shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I messed it up already.
Oh hell no.
Then what I did is I went and deleted the thing. I got the MF file, not the STL file. I wasn't thinking that I don't have an STL file on it. Now I got to put everything back and bring it down to the same size and hope it works.
Just
Yeah.
undelete it.
Now, I can't do that. Not you can't. Once it's in the slicer, you can't undelete it. Oh, I fixed it. I got it. I got it.
That's pretty good. I could definitely see myself doing that, Jonathan.
Yeah, I found out how to fix it. They got a what
They
they
got a
call
back
a
button.
let me go back.
Yeah.
It's got an assembly
Oh,
view.
man.
So I go to assembly view and delete one at a time.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Mhm.
No, still can't do it.
Wait, how did that go again?
Can you not press back?
No, because once I'm out of it, I'm out of it.
Ah.
Let me try. Let me try that. It might work. I've got undo in there. Hold on, man. Maybe I can keep going undo and get back to it.
Uh, yeah, that was pretty good, Corey. That was pretty good.
Nope. No, once I change it, it's done.
Yeah.
That's
Joe,
all right, I got
Laura
the
says
size.
hi.
I said hi to Laura.
Oh.
God, well, from the picture of that looks
Hello,
a pretty
Laura. Hello, Barkley.
weird series on Netflix called Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait.
Yeah,
Season
that's
5's
a
coming
good
out.
idea.
I think season 5's coming out this year.
I've just got on a notification on Netflix to say that whatever it is on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know whether it says which season it is, but
Yeah, because that's how magnets normally come. They come with the eye hook on top, and you just tie the
Mm-hmm.
the string to it.
yeah, very strong string.
What's up, Philip?
Yeah, it just says 4 seasons at the moment.
There's my Meals on Wheels.
Hey, what do we got? Some ham and peas and potatoes.
Ham and cheese, ham and potatoes, yeah.
Nice.
there you go.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. Stranger Things.
Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty good. Yeah.
I have a few nitpicks with it, but overall, it's good.
It says ominous, nostalgic, and horror.
Yep. It feels very much like an 80s
Say 90s.
like Fright Night meets E.T.
Yeah.
Friday Night meets ET. What's up, Atlantic?
quite enjoyed that Spielberg film.
So,
where-
like a
where
bit
they
along the
discovered an
lines
alien
of
on a train. Do you
Venom.
remember?
Super 8,
Super 8. There you go.
and
That's
that
the
wasn't
one.
Spielberg.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Well,
It felt like a Spielberg film,
no.
but that was what's his name? The guy who did the Star Trek.
Gene Roddenberry.
No, the new one,
Ah.
the Kelvin timeline movies.
Yeah,
Abrams,
yeah.
J.J. Abrams.
Okay, so here you go. Produced by Steven Spielberg, Super 8.
Oh, did he
TV
produce? Okay, it was
series.
directed by J.J. Abrams, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
So written and directed. Yeah, there you go.
okay.
Co-produced by Steven Spielberg. So there you go. I'm not completely wrong.
No,
I'm
you're not
only
completely wrong,
75%
and it did feel like a Spielberg directed movie.
It did, yeah. You could definitely sense the flavor of Spielberg in there because it was kind of wondrous and kiddie, you know. I dig that. And it harks back to a
That's what
different
you get
time.
with Stranger Things and Aces.
Yeah, same thing, same feel.
Mm-hmm. Might be worth a watch then, I suppose. I'm still waiting for them to update my my series on my Android box so that I can watch the rest of the latest season of Discovery. It's only got 6 episodes on it. And I'm
What's
pretty
Discovery?
sure they've had another couple since that.
Now, Michael, you've seen all the seasons of Stranger Things so far?
Yeah. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I have.
The last, like, Eddie, his guitar
Yeah.
solo in the last season,
Oh, right, yeah.
I have an issue with it.
Okay.
It was supposed to take place in, I believe, March.
Okay.
And the album Master of Puppets that he was playing from was released just 1 month prior. There's no way he could have gotten that level of expertise in that short amount of time
I see.
Unless
to
they
play
could
it that well.
try the person.
So I think it'd be better if he would have been playing Twisted Sister Come Out and Play, which was released in October the previous year
Wow.
and rocks just as hard. And if you go to my YouTube channel, I have a link where I edit it together with that music.
Yeah.
I think it hits pretty
So-
hard.
Okay, so here,
You
so
can't
in the-
see
in
me
the-
right now, but I'm right now. I'm bowing to the geekiness of that. I'm prostrating myself upon the floor on all fours, and I'm just kind of
We're-
we're not worthy kind of way. That's amazing because that would have crossed my mind at any point. But yes, congratulations, man. That's cool. I love it.
Well, I listened to Metallica and Twisted Sister, and I love that album Twisted Sister, and I knew that it was like this doesn't really. And also, I would have made a different choice in showing. They only show Eddie with his guitar like once.
Right.
He should have taken it with him, and when he's hiding out in the boat shack, just show him noodling on it, show him playing on it, show that it meant enough to him that he took it with him.
Yeah.
Right?
The dedication that he had to have had to get that. Good.
Then when he leaves and they're out in the water, he loses his guitar, and
who
it
does
just
that?
tears him up. Then later on, when he's in the upside down world and he sees the upside down version of his guitar, there you go. You've set the scene for the final solo that guitar meant as much to him, because as it is, the guitar, it was kind of there and whatever, but he was more of a D&D guy.
Okay.
So in the first episode of Stranger Things, like when they started playing the game or whatever, how did that whatever get inside the kid? How did the alien or whatever like get inside the kid? Like the
God. That's just made
It didn't have
sound like-
anything really to do with the D&D game. That's just what they call that. They were playing D&D, but it really did not have anything to do with the D&D game itself. This is a creature from another dimension, and it's taking place outside of Hawkins, and it just coincided with the fact that the kids were talking about a Demogorgon.
But how did it take over the one kid?
Well, in the first season, he gets taken into the underworld, which is the other dimension.
It really sounds like a mixture of Venom and Jumanji.
Yeah, because I was actually thinking about that when I was watching. I was like, man, this is kind of like Jumanji in a way.
Then that little creature.
That was crazy. I was like, wait, this is kind of like Jumanji.
Michael, I'm going to put a link into the chat to my channel. Whoops. That's a bunch of data from that I was putting into ChatGPT. Let me do this here. There's a link. There's my rough edit with the different music. And Twisted Sister never gets enough credit for being a damn good thrashing band when they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that one band that says that thing, "We're not gonna take it"?
Yeah, and they had a sense of humor on their videos and stuff, and everybody thought of them as kind of a joke band.
Yeah.
But they had some really, really good bangers.
I still love Metallica.
I watched Metallica once before they made it really big. They were the support band for Hawkwind at one of their concerts.
It's funny, I've watched this already. You've had this on your. Hang on.
Oh, okay, then you've seen it. Okay.
Yeah, you've already had this, haven't you? On your.
Probably.
Yeah, I've seen it. Just refresh. Let me take a couple minutes.
It irritated me enough that I made a video about it. So, or a video to rectify it. And Jonathan, Metallica, you know, it's a taste. Metallica had some better songs. Metallica hit a little bit harder, but to say they were better, I would say that Dee Snider was a far better vocalist. That, as far as a overall band, I would put Twisted Sister up with some of the great heavy metal guys.
What, like Motorhead?
Oh no, nobody touches Lemmy.
I saw Lemmy when he was in Hawkwind before he formed Motorhead.
There's a line. Have you ever seen the movie? What was it called? Airheads?
I was actually next to the speakers at the first 3 Motorhead tours,
and you can,
and I can't hear him.
I was gonna say, and you lost your sight instead of your hearing. What the hell? Yeah, it was a movie called Airheads, and I always like it because the cops tried to send in the heavy metal guys took over a radio station, and the cops tried to send somebody in with pizza, and they said, "Who would win in a fight, Lemmy or God?" And the guy says, "Lemmy." They're like, "No, trick question. Lemmy is God. He's a Fed." No.
Have you read the Moorcock books, The Time of the Hawk Lords?
I don't think so.
I think there are 4: Time of the Hawk Lords, Queens of Deliria.
Mm-mm.
No, 3, I think.
These don't
And
sound
he-
familiar.
He died, I think. No, he didn't die. Did he? For some reason, during the third book, it changed from being just Moorcock to Moorcock and a guy called Michael Butterworth that finished it off. And it was all about Hawkwind. And Hawkwind actually changed their name to the Hawk Lords for at least one tour and one album,
That's funny.
and then went back to being Hawkwind. I saw Michael Moorcock perform with Hawkwind at Preston. He came on and did Sonic Attack, which he wrote. He did write a few of the songs for him.
I did not know that.
Mm.
Okay, so who do I have left to do?
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna jump off and go get my license renewed before I keep putting it off and keep putting it off.
Good point.
All
You
right.
also,
We'll see you
Yeah,
guys
see-
later on.
Okay, we'll
Later,
see you.
Tej.
Take care, TJ.
Adios.
See you later.
Don, do you also know that Michael Moorcock had his own band?
No, I did not.
They were called Deep Fix.
No, I had no idea.
I've actually got the first album, which was New World's Fair, autographed by Michael Moorcock himself, and a picture of me and him sat there with the album in front of us.
It's kind of cool. I can't think it. I don't think I've ever met anybody famous.
He was doing a book signing for Mother London, and he was at Athena Bookshops. So I bought the book, and that's autographed, and I got into autograph.
Breakfast.
Where the hell did you find that?
Cook breakfast with famous people. Wow. And with that, how about this? I didn't even know that I was cooking breakfast with Sabrina Guinness at the time.
That was actually on vinyl as well, not on CD.
Someone just mentioned it.
I've got CD as well. But I think they brought out about 4 albums, something like that.
But, I was only 19, so you know.
Well, I should have never told TJ I was gonna do this. What I have to do is go in, I have to make an MF file, have to resize it, then make an MF file off of each one so that it comes back and look at the colors, because you can't do it all at once and then take them off. You got to do them separately. And then I said it was too thin, so I'm going to have to make it thicker. So it'll get done, but it's just going to take a little longer.
So what you're gonna have to do, make each color individually and then paint, glue it together.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That is not red. There it is red.
Do they look as good
That's
when they
cool.
glue together as they do if they've been printed out in one go?
Well, if you do it in one go, you'd have to go back and paint it all. If I'm doing it in different colors, the different
Well, no.
colors will match better.
Not when you've
It's
got
like a
more than
puzzle.
one color.
Yeah. It's
If you've
just all
got-
gonna fit like a puzzle.
But if you've got 4
That's
colors
black.
and you've got a 4-color printer,
Yeah, that's black. Telling me red. I don't know why it's telling me red. If I had a 4-color printer, I'd still have to change colors. Because it's got other things.
Mm.
You gotta make sure you got all the pieces in order.
Mm. Can you print out all the pieces that are the same color in one go, just sat next to each other?
Yeah. You'd have to still move them all around.
Mm.
So what I'm doing now is I'm putting it all back together, then taking the pieces apart that I don't need and deleting them, and then saving that one piece that I need as a different color to show it like I need this in white, I need this in blue. So then I'll go through and I'll take my time when I've got nothing else to do and do one at a time.
Mm.
Now that's in blue. It'll work. It's just going to take a little bit of extra work.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to make sure it fits all in the same puzzle. That's the hard part. You got to make sure all of it's aligned right.
Yeah, I'm missing that ship.
How'd you forget it, Paul?
The Pollard Tregurtha.
Oh, you've had that one plenty of times. I won't worry about
Oh
it.
yeah, that's the largest ship on the Great Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, it's a little bit hazy out there.
Uh-huh. When you were flying this morning, you didn't nearly bump into two of the drones, did you?
No, no. There was nobody out there.
Mm. Who knows what that was about?
It was a Ken thing.
Jealousy.
Well, and he's not local anyway. You know, he came
Yeah.
over here from the west coast of Michigan. For some other reason, he and his buddy
Does
decided to
Michigan
fly.
have a west coast?
Huh?
Does Michigan have a west coast?
Sure. Look at a map.
It's got sea on both sides of it.
It's got huge
Or
lakes
is it-
that are like inland
So,
sea.
right. Okay. So when you say coast, it's lakeside. Yeah. Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Boeing Starliner. So no doors fall off yet.
Oh, the Starliner launched today? I knew they scrubbed it the other day. I didn't know it was going off today.
No, it takes off today at noon, doesn't it?
Corey in
they
the
were
chat just
lining
said,
up
and
to
blast off the Boeing Starliner. So far, no bolts have come loose.
Everybody took off?
That's what I'm looking.
Yeah, I didn't see it
I
anywhere.
thought it wasn't scheduled till noon.
And its doors haven't fell off yet.
Well, that's a good thing.
It's in the air.
How you find it? Where's it at?
I looked up Boeing
I'm
Starliner.
putting a link on there now. I
Boosters
thought
have now
it
been
was.
jettisoned after seeing Starliner through its first 90 seconds of flight. Team on the ground here confirming that it was.
Dang it. Usually, I love watching manned launches live. I knew they had scrubbed it, and I thought it was going to be scrubbed for. I didn't think they were going to be
No,
this
I
quick.
was watching it earlier, and it said noon Eastern time. I was like, what?
Oh my God, Dave! It looks like a giant Johnson. What do you think? Yeah.
That's what I was
Wang!
saying.
Right.
Pay attention, Wang!
Yeah. I got it. It looks like a giant. Dick, come over here right now. I would, but I can't get my eyes off this enormous.
Huh? It's a good view. You get to see pieces of eyes flaking off the rocket. I didn't realize Mike Myers. Well, the character of Austin Powers predates the movies.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either.
He was going around. Go ahead.
SNLs.
I'm just going to
No.
say, wasn't the book
They're
what?
showing it on Fox.
film done off a book?
I had Fox on other scene.
No, Mike Myers, Susanna Hoff, the singer from the Bengals, and Matthew Sweet, who had a hit album called Girlfriend, but he's a really good guitarist. They started going around and they made up their own, everyone had their own little persona in this band as like a 60s mod type British outfit, and they would play different venues. And so they started out as a band first called Ming T. And people started saying, you should take that character and make it into a movie. So it was a lot of people think, oh, well, maybe it can't start at Saturday Night Live, but it didn't start at Saturday Night Live. It started off as a character in a fake band.
And would that be spelled M-I-N-G,
Yes.
Yep.
not M-I-N-G-E?
No, that would be Minge T. And
Yeah,
that's
no,
a different thing.
That would have been totally more like him.
Yeah, that would be a completely different flavor of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it launched 6 minutes ago.
Well, that's obviously a computer rendering, or else how would they get the angle?
Yeah.
Maybe there's another
AI.
rocket flying next to it.
Actually, Gitchy's probably flying in that.
I always like when they switch to like a third person
Yeah, AI.
and show what it would look like from an exterior point. It's like all you're doing when you do that is to make the conspiracy theorists who think that we're not actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you're putting a camera next to the model that.
Do you know what?
It's like
I
there's
think-
evidence they had to fake it. It's all faked.
I just think, fuck them. At this point, I'm all up for trolling the conspiracy theorists. I think that when you take off, the Earth should be replaced with a flat disk. Do you know what I mean? But maybe, how about this? But maybe that disk goes in and out, back from the Earth to the disk, the Earth to the disk, as if there's something wrong with the feed. Do you know what I mean? That would be superb. And so they can say, look, here's proof. You see? Here's proof it is flat.
Do a max headroom type thing.
Yeah, just a little flicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, just enough.
And hiding the 4 elephants on the back of the Great Artuin.
Just have the background
Don,
of the studio.
Don, you did not have to show me that with Susanna Hoff.
Yeah.
Because Susanna Hoff erects my erector set.
I love Susanna Hoff. I've
Oh,
always
Lord
loved
help me.
Susanna Hoff.
It's my
And
erector
she still looks so good.
Oh, she is like, my God. If she lived across the hall from me, y'all would never see me.
I saw a picture of Debbie Harry the other day, and she looked good.
Mhm.
Obviously, older. Do you know she's 77 now?
Yep.
Still looks better than most women in their 30s.
All the original punk rockers are getting ready to age out.
Mm.
We lost all the Ramones, and at that point, it's just like, you know what?
Well, the Buzzcocks will only be in the mid-60s.
Yeah, a lot of the second wave punk
Well, the original bass player for the Buzzcocks, John Marr, used to sit 2 desks away from me in class in school.
California bands, a lot of those people are and launches. It's something about it. I tear up whenever I get to see, even when it's on TV. It might be going back to the Challenger, but it's just like it's so emotionally involved. There's a person on there, and to think what they are doing, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it comes down to anybody.
Pros.
If he's still talking, there's no audio coming through.
Yeah.
Doing something that
Donald, your microphone is
Cutting in
ghost.
and out. Yeah.
yeah, I know. I think my internet died.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, I was just saying I tear up whenever I see anything like that. And I think it's because of like the people on the edge of human achievement. I would probably feel the same way if Paul ever ate a vegetable.
Yeah.
I would just be like, oh my God.
Well, Donald, there's always hope.
He did it. He did it. He did
I
it.
feel
Hey, one day he was eating broccoli.
every
If they
time
could
I read
sneak it
that
into a meeting.
John Marr brought copies of Spiral Scratch into school and was selling them at 50p each, and I didn't buy one.
Yeah, but 50p was a lot of money back in the 1920s, Mark.
That was like in the mid to late 70s, because I mean, it was when John was about 15. That's when he was in the Buzzcocks at that age, at the 15. But their first ever record, and it's worth a bob or two now.
Yeah. Okay. I think I am done with my reports. So that's good.
What was that?
See, I don't really care about. I don't like the animated video.
Mm. What, the one where they show the proposed trajectory and things like that?
Yeah, they're showing up like as like a. It looks like a video game of a launch. It's like I don't want to see that. I want to see a live feed.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's staticky. I don't care if it comes in and out. Show me a live feed. Cut back to people on the ground if you have to, but
Mm-hmm.
this CG crap, it just it dehumanizes the event, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Satsuma.
And I'm gonna try something a little different. Instead of me doing the individual pieces, they've got the one piece that's all made with the outlines, and I may just paint the outlines. It makes it a lot easier. I gotta see what time that front's coming through. They got a front coming through here today. They're supposed to have a shelf cloud where it's gonna show the clouds like separated, like a shelf coming and
Mhm.
rolling. And if I can get out there when that's coming, I'm gonna make sure I get video. I'm gonna do a hyperlapse of it. I think that would be awesome. And I'm going to my Raccoon Point today. I think I'm gonna bring my pellet gun with me just in case. And I'm gonna go to Raccoon Point, and I want to do that because the wind's real calm right now, so it ought to be like glass. And I can go all through that back section that has it's like a bunch of little slips where they used to build boats back up in there, and they've been trying to put a ferry system to go across the lake back and forth through there. And every time they get it all set up to go through, Mandeville won't pass it. The people come in and come bitch about it. Well, what are you gonna do about parking? They're gonna build a parking lot. You know, a lot of people may not want to drive the causeway every day. Let them take a ferry that's gonna get them over to the bottom of a boat launch in 30 minutes. You know, let them do that instead of driving in 30 minutes. Let them pay the money to do this every day. But they bitch about it because there's little 5,000, 12,000 people here don't want anybody extra. But yet people are still building. So at least make it a little convenient. You know? But back in that little slip area, I'm gonna get the history of it. I'm gonna put it on the video. You go back there real slow, about 2 feet above the water, and you'll see the gators that live back there. That people go out there and they feed them. That's the other problem. They'll go out there and feed the gators. So when you go out there to fish, they all come up and they sit there waiting to eat. So what they need to do is eat those raccoons. Yeah. Eat some of them raccoons that are right there. But I'm gonna hopefully fly above them, about 2 feet above them, and make sure they don't come out the water looking for the drone.
They can jump out of it, can't they?
Oh yeah. If I see that sucker that water start to move, I'll have that thing going backwards. I'll have some really awesome video of a gator jumping at the drone and it going backwards. I won't just hover there.
Hey Joe, Jonathan's got a question for you in the chat.
Is that the tugboat that everyone keeps talking about? You background scene? Yeah, that's the tugboat they want me to fly through. If you look back, this little area right here. Well, I can't get my finger going. We'll get my finger. You can't do it. But that area right up there, that little the pilot house. Everybody says to go through it, and when you go look at it, if you get a real in that video on my site, you go look at the video when I got real close up, you can see all the wires hanging through. They do have a clear shot through it, but you got to go up there with no wind and pay attention.
Yeah.
And
if something
I can
happens,
get. I know I can get through it.
But you wouldn't
And
want to
if-
recover your drone from there, would you? I mean, that would be awful.
I didn't hear you.
Like, imagine trying to recover a drone from there. You have to take that into consideration.
That's what I.
If
That's what I
something
was
did
getting
go
to.
wrong, yeah.
That's
Sorry,
what I was getting to. If it hit it and fell in there, you could actually from where the land is, you could walk out to it. It's only about chest deep, so you can either swim
but-
out there or walk out to it.
Didn't you say gators? Didn't you mention something
Yeah.
about?
They have gators out there too.
Okay, well, in that case, fuck that. Yeah, you just lost your drone.
Well, I was just going to tell you the other problem you got is you see that water right there. They have sharks too.
Uh,
And if you look in the back of the tugboat, where we see where it says mute, if you look down in that area, that's the mouth of the Tchefuncte River. And that's Lake Pontchartrain, the mouth of the Tchefuncte River. Right there, I have video of a shark right by a boat with people swimming about 5 feet from it, where the shark made a hit on something right by the boat.
That's
And then there was a guy
Louisiana.
out there. There was a guy out. This is a drone video I shot it.
Hmm.
But this is a shot from the drone. But there's another guy that was out there a few days later that told me that he was filming, and there were people out there, and there was a gator just swimming across the river right there. And I caught, and that guy that that shot that I put up of the gator on top of the paddleboard was right on the other side where that lands at underneath mute. So there's gators out there. So that's my thing. If I lost the drone up in that tugboat, I'm gonna get somebody else to go get it. I'm not going.
Yeah, I would.
And the other thing about that tugboat, when Johnny was out there that one day and we almost went through it, the wind was a little bit too high to stop us. As we got close to the tugboat, all of a sudden a bunch of birds came out of it. So there may be a nest inside there.
Oh yeah.
And if those suckers
yeah.
starts jumping, that might take us out, you know?
Bird's nest.
Yeah, we get a nest up in there and then they come flying up.
Yeah, one of the blades just to get clipped by something, piece of wire, feather.
Oh, that pissed me off. I would really be pissed off.
Yeah, but the blades are what's it enclosed.
Well, you haven't been that much good of friends with the birds anyway, Joe.
Oh, no. No, I've had a few birds look at my drone kind of funny. And that one video, I didn't put that part. I don't think I still have. I think I got rid of it. But I had that one flight that I went from the Trace on the Bogfly River, and I was flying back underneath the bridge, the Boston Street Bridge, and like I've said, the Nevada 2, if it touches something, it must have some kind of sensor somewhere, or the sensors that new sensors in the bottom are picking up the change, because as soon as it touches something, it jumps into sport mode and kind of tries to catch its balance and take off on it. So if you touch something inside there, it's going to say impact detected and take off. So what's it going to do? Take off backwards, take off sideways, take off into the roof, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan mentioned something about that, I think a week ago, where he said something like, when you bump it, you get a little, it's like a little packet of data in the piddle.
You get an acceleration.
Right.
Yeah, that's only with the Avata 2. The Avata 1, you bounce off of something that don't do anything. You need a treat. Hey, wait. You come tell me it's time for a treat.
You know about FPV.
Yeah, the girl come and said, time for a treat.
Yeah, I wish my dog sounded that quiet.
You need a treat?
Don't say it too loud, Joe. She's asleep.
Yeah, that's what she wanted. She came over and she touched my leg and she went, "Ruff." So it's time for a treat. She's good now. She go lay down. But it's like a human. She felt a little hunger pain and wanted a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Snack now, please. Thank you.
And you see Loki, Brittany would give her like a little scraps off a plate every once in a while when Brittany paid attention to her. So Loki's never really had the box of treats or anything else. Whenever Brittany would come over with Loki, I'd go get all the treats out the back, make a little jar, and send him home with her. So that's when he'd get treats. Now here, all he's got to do is come up to him and I'll give him a treat, you know. And he comes up to me just after like all day. He'll come up and he'll climb up to get on my lap and he'll just put his head on my leg to like say thank you so much, you know, because he knows he's got a good life here. My son ought to be getting up. He's got to go to work at 12. Just realize that. So my question today is, what do I eat? Do I cook something? Do I go buy that chicken? And I got food for a couple of days.
Oh, you like that chicken.
Oh, I know. I just, my problem is I don't feel like driving over there.
How far is it?
It's 3 miles. but it's 3 miles the other way, you know? As if I go do the drone and I go do all of this, it's 4 miles the other way. So I may go do all the drone stuff, then go get the chicken and come back, you know?
Yeah.
But if I get the chicken, today I could have the chicken wings and like a breast, and then tomorrow I could pick the chicken and make fajitas with it, you know, and then I could make burritos with it. You see? So that's a $5 chicken that I could eat off of for about 3 days, making different things because I got the other stuff here.
If the dogs will let you.
Oh, the dogs will let me.
Mm-mm.
I am going to make this video. I'm gonna try to make it today if I can. And it'd be because I'm buying a chicken today. I'm gonna take some money out to save. And I'm gonna get the dogs. And this is what I did this one day with them, and I had Nick was sitting over on the sofa, and Nick said, no, you already got some. You got some. They said, she heard the word chicken. She come running back. So, yeah. So they were sitting there. Nick was on the sofa, and I started talking to him. I said, guys, later I have to go shoot some pictures. And they're all sitting there and just cocking their head back and forth listening, right? And I said, gotta go shoot some pictures. They got a man wants me to come shoot some pictures today. I said, now when that man, I go see that man, he goes, are you here to take a picture? And they keep, every time I say something different, they cock their head a little different, like they're listening. And I said, that man said that he's going to give me some money. This is money. And I showed him the money. You don't want to smell it? They come over and smell it, right? And I said, I'm going to take this money after I shoot them pictures for the man. And I'm going to go see another man at the grocery. I said, now go in that grocery. I'm going to say, hey, man, I took some pictures today, so I got this money. And I'm going to give that man this money, and he's going to give me chicken. And when I said that, they all jumped up and started spinning around in circles. You know, all happy. And I said, I'm going to bring y'all some chicken. And you can see them all excited when I said that. And Nick said, you needed to video that. I said, boy, I wish I would have. I mean, it was so perfect. But I'm going to have the chicken, and I'm going to say, I brought that money to that man, and this is what I got, this chicken. And they're going to go crazy when they see the chicken. And I think that might be a pretty good short.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to get a viral short out of that one.
The dogs probably now worship the drone as part of an elaborate chicken acquisition system.
Yeah, they love, because that's the one word. Whenever they start getting crazy when I'm leaving, I'll say, shut up, I'm going to make some money to go buy chicken. And then they all just sit there. Like, shh, everybody be quiet. That's the magic word around this house, chicken.
Our precious, it was biscuits.
Yeah.
But not dog biscuits.
The pre-digested biscuit.
Yeah, digestive biscuits, any other kind of biscuits, jammy Dodgers.
What about beans on toast?
Oh, she'll finish the beans on toast off as well. I told you she'll eat anything that I'm eating.
You know, we laugh about the beans on toast. Justin and them will say it gets gross and all that. But you know, the funny part about it was growing up, we used to get the pork and beans and the pork and beans and eat them in a plate with some rice on the side and toast.
Mm-hmm.
We use the toast to spread it over, you know, and sop up the gravy and everything else with the toast. So the only thing we didn't put it on the toast.
Mm.
Well, it all ended up in the same place anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
I tell you, you see, people don't understand. I could, if I had nobody to feed, or if I was like, if I had a cupboard full of stuff, and I got a cupboard full of stuff right now, I'll go over there and I'll take 2 chicken strips or 3 chicken strips. If I just don't feel like doing anything, I'll take the three or four, maybe 4. I'll fry them up, then I'll cut them up a little bit, and then I'll take the can of okra and tomatoes and throw them in there and let them simmer for a little bit. And I'll serve that over rice, and I'm good. You know,
Hmm.
I'll serve that over rice. I could make that in 25 minutes. My problem is I don't eat here, and then I get out and I get hungry somewhere else. Then I stop at Wendy's
Yeah.
because I usually get past to the point where I've got to eat something because my sugar's dropping.
Hmm.
But I'll take a can. I'll make a cup of rice in there, get a can of pork and beans, and mix them together and sit there and eat the beans and rice with a little hot sauce, and I'm good. I don't need a steak. I don't need a pork chop. I'm good with that. And that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing all them months that I was not eating the sweets and keeping myself full and dropping weight. I need to get back to it. But my problem has been that hasn't happened since Justin did it.
Hmm.
You know, so I haven't done it like that. So I'm gonna get back to it. He's got another month. He's moving next month to that little apartment. He got a 1-bedroom. He got a 2-bedroom, I think. I think it's a 2-bedroom apartment. He's gonna be the courtesy officer. So if anything happens, they'll call him. He's got to go check it out at the property. And he's getting like a $1,400 apartment for like $600 a month.
Mm.
So he's jumping on it. I asked him, I said, what happens with the girlfriend if she decides she wants to get back together? And he said, well, she can come sleep over there, or I'll go sleep over at her house, but I'm still having my apartment until she makes up her mind for sure what she wants to do. It's a good thing.
Hmm.
And he's talking about going to adopt a cat.
It's a good idea. It's always a good idea.
So he's talking about getting a cat.
Yeah. There are so many
I told him, I
decent.
said, I told him he had 3 dogs here you could take.
The rescue adoption places are the best places to do it.
They have some at a rescue right now, and they're young, very young. I'm trying to think of what the name was. Well, it was funny, the name. He said he wouldn't change the name either. I can't remember what the name was. It was that out of a name I can't remember.
You are better off getting a cat when it's young.
Oh yeah. It was almost like the cat's name was French Toast or something like that. You know, French
There's lots
Toast
of
or
rescue dogs and cats.
cornbread or something stupid like that. Because I believe the name.
Hmm. Stupid names are the greatest. A friend of mine, she used to have a cat named Snot Rocket.
Well, it lets you remember what the hell it is, you know?
My brother
Yeah.
adopted a cat. He found it. Him and my parents were out driving somewhere, and down by a river, they found this cat that had been obviously dumped, scrawny as hell. And basically, they stopped and they were petting it, and they tried to leave it, and it threw a fit and wanted to go with them. So on the way home, it just curled up. My brother ended up saying, "Okay, I'll take it." He named it River. And he took River into the vet the other day to get her fixed. And the vet says, I can't do that for you on this cat because he has already been neutered.
It isn't as easy as you imagine, actually. I thought it would be easy, but yeah. Cats,
Well, you don't really want to get that personal with a cat's butthole.
sure, yeah.
And to look, you got to get right eye to eye with it.
Yeah, you've got to get personal with the cat. But even then, you know, it's not easy.
Well, my first cat was named in honor of Rick Mail.
I'm thinking of the cat.
It was called Bastard.
Oh, Bastard. It's an Alan Bastard.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest lines was from Flash Art in Blackadder, where he was talking about the women's movement, and Flashard said, "Oh, I love the women's movement. Any woman who wants to tie themselves to my railings and suffer a jet movement gets my vote," which is a superb bit of writing. Filthy.
And we had a cat when I was growing up, and the name was called Trouble, because the cat was always getting into trouble with everything. And this was like twice the size, a big old tomcat, twice the size of every other cat. And this cat would get, if you put food down, you better be watching the cat, because he's going to take the food and go. And it was around Easter time. The cat, we couldn't find the cat. We didn't know where the cat was. And my dad had given me like a chicken for Easter. And I was in the backyard, and they're looking for the cat, and they said, the cat's inside. And we found the cat inside, sitting there. Cat was looking out, and the cat was looking through the window. And we put the chicken down in the yard, and there's a little chick, and the chick's running around, and the chick ran off into the bushes. Cat pushes the screen out of the window and grabbed the chicken and took off. So I got traumatized on Easter.
Oh, you mean a live chicken? Thought you meant
Yeah,
cooked
live
chicken.
chicken. It was a live one. The chick ran into the bushes, and we were trying to get the thing out the bushes. The cat went right through the screen after the thing.
Well, that's what chickens are there for.
Yeah, it was. So much for a live chicken piece.
Well, quite often when a cat catches something like that, it dies of a heart attack because the cat isn't killing it. It's bringing it to you to show you that it caught it.
Now, this cat took it under the house. We're bringing it to it. Cat didn't give a damn about what we want.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened to that cat. I really don't. I think it left one day, just left.
They don't usually leave. They might disappear for a short while. If they leave completely, it's usually because either somebody's taken it in or it's been hit by a cat.
Yeah. Like I said, it disappeared one day, and my dad said he never had anything to do with it. I asked him about that years later. I said, whatever happened to Trouble? He just disappeared one day. My dad got mad at him after the chicken, and my dad didn't feed him as often as he used to feed him. So I think he just had enough of not getting treated right around the house, and
Yeah,
he just left.
He probably found somewhere that fed him more often.
Yeah.
It does happen. A cat will choose its own owner.
A cat doesn't have any loyalty. A cat comes and acts like it's loyal. Like my brother's cat. My brother's cat will act like he's loyal, but go touch him. He'll come up to you and he'll meow, all of this, and you say, "Come here." Turn around, hiss at you, and go under the bed.
Maybe attributing the.
So what you're saying is that some cats are a good judge of character.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, look at Tiger, the cat that my brother had. He had this one that would come up to me, rub me on my foot, and if I didn't rub him back fast enough, he'd bite me and run. One day, I was in my brother's backyard, like I told y'all before, in a FEMA trailer when Katrina hit, and he came. He chased a squirrel up a tree, got all the way up in the top of this tree. The squirrel jumped to another tree, so he's about 30 foot up in the air, and he's looking down. And I said, "Come on, Tiger, come down the tree." And my brother says, "He gets scared up there. He won't come down." I said, "Tiger, you need to come down the tree." Tiger looks at me, jumps off the tree, right on top of me.
I need to go rest my eyeballs. I've been staring at spreadsheets for too long.
Great day,
So,
Don. Take it
I will
easy.
talk to you guys later.
There.
Yep. See you later, Don.
I gotta see what time that front comes through.
So I often wonder what what animals think about and what the process is involved in the whole thinking. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a
Yeah.
strange thing to say, but maybe it's true to say that applying loyalty in any metric is the wrong thing to
Hey
do.
guys,
since
I'm gonna
maybe
have to
maybe they
I'm gonna
don't
have to
see
shut
that
it down. The Edison's here, and they just told me they're gonna shut my power off for an hour.
Okay.
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 Talk to y'all later.
Have a good day, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Later.
See you soon.
Okay. See you later on, Paul.
Okay, we'll see you later today.